mid-game, late-game pressure, but it's all up in the air for now. Game number 3.
It's up and away we go. Ignite Gaming 1 game away from solidifying their coveted spot in the grand finals for a chance for that ticket to Paris for the EWC Mid-Season Cup 2026. Coming in soon. As EVIL clawing their way back in. Will a counter to Ignite Gaming be evident for them? Will they be able to reverse sweep this situation? We'll see in the 3rd game. As we come in, I'm gonna say nothing much is gonna be happening until the level 4 mark. But EXP lane is gonna be EXP laning. The gold lane is gonna gold lane. They're gonna be trading blows. They're gonna be trading farms. The mid lane is gonna be the ones they're moving a little bit faster this time around. Where BITOY actually comes in strong is where he hits that level 4, so he has a little bit more combo manipulation.
Yeah, and with that being said, we are seeing very different gameplay coming from the side of Diablo and Gear. They are now playing the hero each other were playing, but then Diablo's playing a bit more steady. He's not as greedy, he's not as aggressive, but all the while Gear as well is being passive with the Paquito. Right now they are kind of playing it cautiously because they know their one wrong move would end this series for them.
It's a lot of damage actually taken from Ignite Gaming's mid lane duo, and BLADEE is having that true damage from that Gord, especially that Mystic Field coming in from the mid side. KELVIN, quick rotation, taunt onto Gord, will not be able to clear that up. That's a 3-man knockup from Powerful. Might not be enough to chase them down. It's another taunt underneath that turret. It's Powerful, one more hit, might not be able to commit to this. Ignite Gaming showing signs of passivity.
But wait a minute.
No.
Respect. Yeah, they had.
It's just taunting.
That is the respect. That was the controlled aggression coming from Ignite Gaming. If that was, they could have overheated and tried to treat that, but they would have lost KELVIN in the process.
Oh, on the bottom side though, CS blown to smithereens by VENNN for first blood. Turtle already opened up. That might be a quick rotation towards that turtle for backup if you're Ignite Gaming. EVIL fighting in there, Powerful. Don't have level 3. No more Tsunami Slam for him. Roy takes a lot of damage, takes a lot of hits. That's the light. AEZU picks up that turtle for himself. KELVIN able to get out away free as Gear chases him down, shuts KELVIN down in the process. Diablo won't have enough damage to chase him towards himself, but Ignite Gaming suffering a little bit in their mid-game without that damage buff that they had when Diablo was that Paquito.
Yeah, that was the scenario we have seen. This was in fact the gameplay we are expecting from Team EVIL. They were able to take down that turtle, but adding to that, we also saw the counter synergy that happens with the Mystic Gush and the heavy spin. He just spun him away from the Mystic Gush, but then this is something they have to fix. They have to adjust that because one mismove of that, one wrong layering of the skills might just cost them a possible team fight.
There's a Tsunami Slam into the face. They go. Laser to take down Jay as EVIL having a beautiful start coming up from a 2-game loss.
That is the momentum Team EVIL want to see. This is the early game pressure we expected to see from them the past 2 games, and now they are upping the tempo. That needed a Kai pick is the front line that Team EVIL needed. Now they're just taking free plates on the sides and making sure that CS is boxed out.
A little bit of a fragility for Ignite Gaming as a blazing duet. Here comes Jay, throws down the portal. Here comes the Goon Squad. Ignite Gaming just tearing it out as Roy comes in with the brilliance to be able to melt Powerful down, but it's just a roamer for now. EVIL.
Battle spells were used to make sure that they get that kill, but it was a decent enough trade.
The laser almost takes CS out. He's got a burn, but he will be able to heal himself up. No problem at all. But we see the power that the portal actually brings to the table. Roy jumps in, throws in the darkness and brilliance, but made basically the Ruby DD combo and just melts everyone down. Powerful was just at the forefront of the battle. Doesn't have that Tsunami Slam to be able to disrupt that team fight. AEZU wasn't in that right area as well.
Yeah, and that at least what happened there, the trade-off with Powerful being the one to be picked off, it's not as damaging as Team EVIL Ignite Gaming would like. And now with that, they know the battle spells of Ignite Gaming are no longer a problem, an issue.
Gear with a nice find onto Jay, but Gear just sacrificing himself. That is being locked down into the turtle pit. They go. Laser will take BLADEE out, and EVIL having the most perfect start they could ever ask for. And clawing the way back up. Man, Mickey, this is looking like a reverse coming in from Evil. Will Ignite Gaming be able to take control of this? And the answer is the portal coming late down. This Diablo coming in first. Will not be able to chase up to the rest of Evil. It's just a quick shortcut from the base into the mid side.
That was movements coming from Jay. The shortcuts are only being put down on Powerful because Powerful is the first point of contact. We've seen how much they can utilize this, and Gear is just revving and ready to go.
Gear chasing up to Roy. We're able to be walking out of the way without harm.
The passive movements coming from Team Evil, they are now actually mimicking the play style of Ignite Gaming. They not only took the Paquito pick from them, but they are also showing us that controlled aggression that Ignite Gaming is known for. Right now, it's a different picture they are painting with the 2,000 gold lead. They are still trying to be steady. They're making sure they have control of the macro. One good, clean setup. This might just actually turn this to a bigger lead.
But this is what is expected from the side of Team Evil. They're mirroring whatever Ignite Gaming has done for them, getting their purple buff, okay, taken away from KELVIN, so at least a little bit of consolation prize, a little bit of scrap. 1,700 gold is not a huge amount. Ignite Gaming can still crawl themselves back up from this. The trouble and the challenge right now, it's Evil trying to control that gold lead, control the pace of the game that they say. As the Valkyrie's Descent already laid down, Tsunami Slam won't be activated and committed right now. Diablo healing everything back up. And here comes KELVIN with the taunt. Powerful in the midst of everything, getting the slam dunk over the wall. They go, and the laser just melts KELVIN down to the ground. This Ignite Gaming has the Goon Squad coming in here with a portal. This might be the turning point. Roy taking a lot of damage. Won't be able to counter re-engage onto that one. Gear once Roy's blood was taken down. There's one more hit and Roy walks away scot-free.
That was a 50-50 even trade if we ever seen one. But wait, there's more with AEZU trying to heavy spin Diablo out.
Diablo will be able to walk away from that one as well. Evil holding on to that lead that they once had, as Ignite Gaming showing a little bit more damage when it comes to team fights. They can return the favor. They can punish if Evil walks a little bit too close to the front door.
Right now, Ignite Gaming having the lineup and having this turtle in their favor, but then right now Evil and Powerful, they're just more of farming and making sure that they can stand high guard regarding this turtle objective.
They're just free pushing on the bottom side as the slam dunk into the turtle pit, into the laser. KELVIN able to dash out alive, but now the core power spike of Evil is over. 2 members down to Ignite Gaming, taking down 2 after another. They're trading blows. It's 2 for 2. AEZU onto Roy. Powerful keeping himself alive, taking down CS in the process. There's 2 members left for Ignite Gaming. Evil is just too tanky. The heavy spin right now brought to disrupt the team fight. The Diablo is able to put it onto them.
Team fight on the side of Team Evil. That was beautifully played because they were able to split the party. Ignite Gaming had a hard time trying to connect. There was a shortcut happening on one side. There was a Zaman Force on the other. Where were you going to focus? Where was the damage? But they were able to come out in the end because VENN was able to take out a lot of the front line and the damage dealers, as we can see, because of that team fight. Now in the gold lead, it is VENN, and all the while damaging. Gear has just so much burst output because of that Paquito combo.
Lest we forget, if we're playing a long game, Ignite Gaming has a lot more scalability potential. Evil's job right now is to make sure that that lead never goes into the hands of Ignite Gaming if they want to be able to claw their way back up into this entire series. Right now, it is more of Evil taking control of that map, but Ignite Gaming just slowly playing that macro game, sending Diablo down the bottom side, sending CS up onto the top side. Roy taking a little damage, but won't be able to get brought down into the graveyard as the guy that Brilliant is getting popped up.
Forced movements on the side of Team Evil because of how mobile Ignite Gaming's lineup is with that chip just portaling in and out. He's able to manage the waves. And now it's forcing responses from Team Evil, and Team Evil is actually responding to them. Thus, the macro is just on the side of Ignite Gaming.
They see where Claude is. For the side of Team Evil, they're trying to find this sneaky little CS, trying to take down this Claw. They know that this late game potential of this marksman is just immense. They're able to melt down a lot of the core players for the side of Team Evil. Gear, his power is just immense right now. He might be able to burst anyone of Ignite Gaming down. But Evil just sticking together as 5. They don't know where this Claude is. They're playing that split push potential. This is the power of getting the chip in their possession. Powerful already popped a flicker. Tsunami Slam will be laid down. The portal comes in. Here comes the Goon Squad. AEZU picks up that Lord. On the backside, Powerful getting melted down. Here comes CS with Blazing Duet. That's a lot of damage, and that will be enough to take 2 members of Evil down. Diablo loses his life, but the damage is done. They lost that Lord.
They lost that Lord, and AEZU was able to secure it. This was the beautiful microplay that they showcased to us. Powerful showed up on the back end of the Lord to force that shortcut and make sure that KELVIN is away from the Lord. Therefore, AEZU was able to secure that retribution. All the while, though they had that gold lead, the damage for CS was just too much, and that's how VENN went down.
I can foresee the future. I can foresee in the uber late game, if Ignite Gaming is able to just protect themselves, buy a little bit more time, get all their core items, power spikes up. Roy actually is scaling up, and he's scaling up fast. It's 5-1 and 4 on this Lunox. This is Tsunami Slam, Slam Dunk into the laser. There you go. We'll be able to get pushed into the wall. It's the combo that we're looking out for the side of Team Evil.
Roy tried to get out, and he did, using that light form. And all the while, there's a Blazing Duet coming from CS as a desperate move to try to disengage. Now this is Team Evil's map to play around. They have taken down the mid lane turret. This is gonna be them choking out Ignite Gaming. This is taking a playbook from them from game number 1, game number 2. It's a matter of time before Team Evil can get that gold lead up and scale over Ignite Gaming.
The longer this game goes, Evil still has the power of team fights, the magic of team fights, with the Tsunami Slam into so many combos that Evil can just dish out. Ignite Gaming just needs to find one chink in the armor. This might be it. We've got a Goon Squad coming in with the portal. The laser gets thrown down. Blade taking a lot of hits, but that is an Oko on gear onto CS. There's the Brilliance. We'll be able to buy some time, but not enough, as Jay needs to be able to pop that flicker. The Valkyrie's Descent won't be enough for Diablo to heal everything back up. It's one man against the world, and Evil's making a statement.
That was the statement they had. We are back. We aren't going down without a fight. That was beautifully played by Powerful. The way he got that shortcut to make sure that they had eyes on him. Now it's Team Evil marching down, taking out that inhibitor turret. But the way they're playing it, it's not Biko, it's Teamfight Kalea because of all the baits he does and performs it really well to make sure that all eyes are on him. The setup is all his.
Oh, that's Gear coming in on the top side. Here comes the Goon Squad right now, finally taking Gear down as Ignite Gaming clawing their way back up from the base. Without Gear, you got 20 seconds until the Lord spawns up. Gear might be able to get into position in the next 10 seconds, but Ignite Gaming has a shot in coming back into this. That is the alley-oop. Diablo with a Purify. No Tsunami Slam for at least the next 40 seconds.
Because of that battle spell usage, they might be playing this a little passively because, of course, there's always that looming threat. There might be a shortcut played, but then Ignite Gaming need to take this Lord if they want to have that momentum rolling. They want to get that gold advantage gone.
Oh, Diablo in the face of Blade. That's the portal being laid down just to get a little bit more time to split themselves up from that Lord. This might be the tipping point that we're talking about. KELVIN desperately trying to melt that Lord down. Jay taking a lot of hits. KELVIN takes down that Lord. Jay down low. Saving Force gets popped down. VENN takes out Jay. Powerful on the backside, trying to look for an angle. CS getting locked down. The laser is just too much for Ignite Gaming to handle. Evil still lays up on top. They lost that Lord. They will be able to defend onto this one.
They might have won that battle, but who will win this war? CS is the only one living right now, and there's a Paquito running. We're looking for a
Oh!
And there they go.
Evil brings us to a game number 4.
The tempo, the gameplay, the